case, we're back flying in the air, COVID style. So it's been a bit of a break with exiting Australia now, going from Brisbane up to Singapore to Kathmandu with a stroke patient. He's been in hospital now for 7 months. He's been unwell for about 3 of those months, but really the last 4 months he's been really quite ready to go. So it's been a long road to pull this all together. So in flight, he's doing well. He's had good blood pressure. He's been sitting up in his wheelchair for a few hours, and then his blood pressure was good. Bit of pain relief, and he's now relaxing watching a video. So we're off to Singapore. He's behaviourally quite nice. He's appropriate and really responsive, and so we hopefully have a good flight with him. Good morning. We had a good night overnight. We're in the transit hotel for about 12 hours, which is not something we often do at all. Actually, normally just go to the next connecting flight, which is normally only a few hours. But this allowed the client to fully rest for about 8 hours sleep and have a meal and wash and clean and new clothes and all these medications, and he's feeling really fresh, and I'm surprisingly feeling fresh myself, which is a great feeling. Normally I'm feeling a little bit exhausted by this stage of the mission. So Singapore transit, there's green lines, red lines, so any passenger from a green country, which is Australia, New Zealand, Vietnam, with zero COVID cases are classified as a green line, and red is every other country essentially. Red lines are boarded first on the aircraft, go through security first, and they get isolated from the green line, green pass groups. So it's a different procedure, but I've got a lot of confidence. I'm just talking to the ground staff around here. Everyone gets tested every 2 weeks. Everyone on board the flight's tested prior to departure in a PCR test, so a couple of days beforehand. All those forms are sent through to the consulates in Nepal, so we're all pretty confident. We're going to touch down in Singapore shortly. So this is the Kathmandu, the Singapore leg, and this is what's called a ghost flight. So you had to be a government approved person to travel on it. And if I spin the camera around, you'll see absolutely nobody on board, because it's a red flight from a red country going into a clean country. So it's exceptional circumstances. And these include officials, diplomats, and people with special government approvals, like myself. And it's absolutely, there's one child, and I think there is about a total of about 5 packs in business class, including a security escort. And then there's a couple of people out the back there in economy. So there you go. That's a ghost flight. No one knows about it. No one's on it. Bye for now. There we go.
For the temperature screening.
Yeah, it's facial deflective shield. I got my special armband. We're back in Brisbane. As part of my 14-day quarantine, I'm in the hotel here. I'm pleased to report that the patient arrived safely, comfortably, and the mission was completed without incident. There's a lot of people have to be thanked, because this took 7 weeks of planning. First of all, the Nepalese consulate in Canberra, Brisbane and Melbourne, the Department of Foreign Affairs and Trades for Australia, and also the Singapore Department of Foreign Affairs, which really allowed us to go ahead. There's also the Singapore Airlines, which are fantastic in supporting us, and there's also the Queensland Department of Health, Metro South PA Hospital, and also the insurance company, which is Medibank Private. So without everyone working in agreement and coming to this conclusion, this family wouldn't have been reunited, and they would have been stuck in an Australian hospital for another 6 months, and that's an expensive operation. So thank you, everyone. Until next time, keep safe.